Here are 10 tips and tricks for Microsoft Word. Let me show you how we can write down H2O or square meters in Word. It's really simple. Start by typing H2O with regular letters. Then select 2 and we can head to the top here to decide this is subscript or superscript. So subscript, we move it down, and superscript, move it up. In this case, we're doing the subscript. It's now below the line. And for square meters, we do the same thing. M2, select number 2, and this time we're moving this up. Superscript, and that's it. So that's the best method for really short chemical formulas. If the formula is way longer, I recommend to use insert, and this option to insert equations with all of the equation editor feature. Let me show you how easy it is to split your text into 2 columns. Simply head to Layout tab here at the top left, and you will see option for columns straight away. Click on it and you will have the menu. You can do 2, 3, you can do small column on the left, small on the right, or you can click more columns for custom options. For us, we just want 2 columns, so columns 2, and it's done. Now the text is flowing to the bottom of the page, then moving to the second column all the way down, and then moving to page number 2. Let me show you how you can change orientation of just one page in your Word document on your Mac. So here I am in my document. If I simply select Layout Orientation and change to Landscape, this will affect the whole document, all of the pages. So that's not the way. Let's undo. And before we can change the orientation of just one page, we need to create a new section for that page. So what you need to do, we need to end the previous page with the end of the section. So head to Layout Breaks, not the page break, but the section break. Select Next Page. All right. And then at the end of this page, I'm going to do also the section break. So it's kind of a brand new section in the middle of the document. So here it is. Next page. All right. Now let's try to select something in this document, in this page number 2. Just click in the middle of it, and then head to your layout and orientation. Change to landscape. All right, as you can see, the first page is still in portrait, and then the second page, and unfortunately the next one as well, change to landscape. It can happen as when you change to landscape, maybe your text here now it's too long, right? So if the text is shorter, it will be just one page. So you got section break before, and you got section break after. This way, you're kind of creating a brand new section in the middle of a document, and this section, we can set up orientation separately. So the whole document is still in portrait, and just this one single page, this one section is in landscape. That's how you do it. If it's not working, if the whole document is changing, double check that you got your section breaks. If you want to see them like I do, you must also turn on the visibility of special invisible characters. So when you are in Home tab, here's the icon. Show hide. By default, it's hidden like that. If you click on, you will exactly see where is the section break. And here. Let me show you how we can center our text vertically, so move it in the middle of the page easily in new Microsoft Word. So instead of just typing the text, first we need some kind of container for the text. I will head to the Insert tab and select a text box. All right, now I can draw a text box. Here it is, and we're going to type our text. All right, I can select the text and now align the text to the middle of that text box. That's what we need. If you like, you can also align it to the center. All right, so now it's perfectly in the middle. Next, I just need to stretch my text box to cover entire page. You can click zoom out a bit, and now I'm 100% sure that my text is exactly in the middle, both horizontally and vertically. And if I keep adding more text, it will always reposition itself and be in the center, both from the left to right and from the top to the bottom. All right, so that's one way of doing that. If you want to move the text manually all around, you can also use the trick with the text box or any other shape. So I could just draw a smaller, this time smaller rectangle without any color and without any border. Double tap to type inside. Keep in mind, sometimes the text is white, so we need to change the text color to be a proper black color. Here it is. And again, we now just need to make sure that the text is aligned to the middle. And with this out of the way, now I can reposition this text box whatever I want. And I got this kind of floating, easy to control shape with the text inside. So I could manually position this at the center, or again, you can make it big enough to cover most of your page. And this way, just by default, the text will be nicely in the middle. And we don't have any border in that shape. So we got just the text here. And the final method that I do not really recommend, you just type something in and then some people try to move it down with enter. That's, in my opinion, the worst method, as it is really easy to kind of mislocate this simply by adding more elements to our page. Alright, now you know 3 different methods of putting your text in the center vertically. Let me show you how we can adjust spacing in Word. So here's my text with the default spacing. If I select everything by pressing Command A or manually select with mouse, there I can very quickly modify the spacing. Be sure we are in the Home tab at the top. We are still inside Home tab. And in this area next to your alignment, there is a spacing icon with some default presets like exactly 1, 1.5, 2, and the popular 1.15. That's the one very commonly used. But sometimes you may have a bit weird spacing because there may be some additional spaces in front or behind the line. So let's open light spacing options to have a full picture. So here it is. This pop-up will tell us everything. So even we got set up this to 1.15, we got additional spacing 8 points after the paragraph. So we can modify this from here. We can type it to 0 or we can make it even larger. We can do a spacing before the paragraph as well. Alright, so that's all you need. So 95% of users just need this one tab here. You can also make some changes here. Let's say you want to have 1.5 from now on and 0 before and after the paragraph, and you can set this as default for your document. So from now on, you don't need to worry too much. If you paste the text, the new text, or you simply start typing, you will have that as your default for now in this document. Alright, so just keep in mind, all of your spacing needs, that's in the Home tab in this area here. Sometimes, even though you set up certain spacing, there may be some kind of extra space added before or after paragraph, especially when you copy and paste text from different sources. So you can check this to fix those issues. How can we get rid of the highlighted color in Microsoft Word document? So this part of the text is simply highlighted. We need to reselect that. If this is like the one word, you can just double tap of this word to select the whole word. Head to the top here, be sure in the Home tab, the very first one, and the highlighter is just in front of the text color. So the highlighter is here, and there's option for no color, and if you click that, you should be able to remove any existing color. Of course, I could select the whole long text and apply that. But wait a moment. The whole text disappears here, and there's also color still left here. So what's going on? In this case, some people may use the wrong tool. Some people use the bucket tool to change the color behind the text instead of proper highlighter. That was the case for this one. So you need to click here on the bucket tool and click no color. And in this case, the highlighter was black, and then somebody decided to change the text color to white to match it. And now I need to manually put it back to black. All right, so that's how you can deal with people that highlighted your text and you want to just remove this basic highlighter editing. Select the area, highlighter tool, no color. There's also different kind of highlight that can come from the reference panel, it can come from the review panel, and there are special cases that need to be resolved in those panels, but 99% of cases are highlighters or misuse of the bucket tool here, this one.
If you try to use remove formatting, you will reset your font and text color and you will get rid of the bucket tool, but if this is real highlighter, it will be still highlighted. That's a feature, it's not a bug. All right, so you need to manually switch highlight to no color. That's why it sometimes gives us trouble. When you start a brand new document in new Microsoft Word, there will be no ruler at the top and left. But we can very quickly bring it back. Simply head from default home to view. It should be at the very end at the top. That's the last ribbon, last tab. And from here, you just need to turn on rulers by clicking on the checkbox. And they're all back. Old-fashioned rulers that we can control easily with mouse and modify how the document behaves based on that. Keep in mind, you can also double tap this area to access your margin and layout settings very quickly, like in the previous version. If you want to switch them off for some reason, you can just click this check mark again, and now they're hidden.
How to copy the table from Excel to Word document. First, select the entire table you need to copy. So click and hold, highlight like this. Then we need to select copy here from the home. Copy or Command C. We are moving to the Word file. Here's a blank new Word file. Right click and paste. Here's the table. One problem, I cannot see the entire table, but take a look. When I click here to highlight the table, I will see this white point, even outside the page. Click and hold and try to make the page fit with the table. So we need to make the page larger or the table smaller or both. So in case of really big table, I will need to flip my page to be horizontal. You can do that in your layout, orientation, landscape. So that can help with really large tables because you can make it on the landscape like that. And if your table is not that big, you can stay in portrait. Just remember to drag this white point back on the page so nothing is cut out. Of course, this is still editable, so we can adjust, let's say, the font size inside the table. All right, so now you need to do a bit of extra editing to match the table with your content in Microsoft Word. But in general, it's just simple copy and paste. You must select exactly what you need from your Excel first. How to insert a blank page in your Word document. By default, Word is adding new pages whenever we run out of space. So let's say you keep typing and then the Word add a blank new page. But that's not the ideal solution. How can we, for example, add the blank page here in the middle of the text? For that, we can use Insert and then select a blank page. And here it is, we got a whole blank page in the middle of the document, and then the text resume. All right, but this symbol for blank page is invisible, so I recommend to turn on invisible symbols while you are dealing with blank pages. So click here, show, hide, take a look. Blank page is simply two page breaks together. That's all. I can actually add text here between them. Can I add the blank page at the beginning of my text? Sure. Go to the top, insert, we can select blank page, or we can do it manually. Page break 1. And here it is. We got page break, so we're breaking the page after first line, moving to the next one. This way, the first page is blank. All right, so whatever you need a blank page, go for insert and select for blank page option. If you got troubles with this option, you can also just do a page break, single page break. This way you can break in certain point on the page and move all of the rest to the next one. At the end of your document, whenever you run out of space, the program will automatically add a page for you. How to crop image in Microsoft Word. First, we need to insert an image. You can head to Insert tab, select Picture, and browse your files to pick one from your computer folders, or simply drag and drop. After that, the image will adjust itself to fit to your page. But what if scaling up and down is not enough? What if you want to crop part of the image out? In that case, head to Picture Format at the top. If you cannot see it, maybe the picture is not selected, so click on the image, Picture Format, and then we can crop it. Take a look, there's a crop tool over here. Click on it. Now you will see those black lines. We can move them in. You can also grab the corner itself, and we can crop the picture this way. You can also put certain numbers here for height and width of the image. All right, I will just crop it manually, just like that, and now I simply click out, and the image is cropped now. If you want to move the image freely on your page, check the warping options. You can put it in front of the text, and this way you can warp it, you can move it around freely. There's also an option for rotation. And remember, even you already cropped the image, if you click the crop option again, you can redo it and change the cropping. I hope this was helpful. See you in the next one.